Hello, everyone, and welcome to War in Spain 1936 to 1939. This is basically a getting started tutorial. It's going to cover everything from amphibious operations to air combat to naval operations. It's going to be a catch-all. It's going to get you started and into playing War in Spain if you've never played this type of game before. It's rather in-depth. It's a lot different than the other war games we showcase on this channel. So let's dive into it. Let's start new campaign or new game. We're going to start with Baralik Islands 1936. There's a tutorial version of this as well. It's a bit faster than the actual 1936 one, but I want to start a bit slower pace because there's several things we need to cover. So let's hit start game. And we're going to stop the nationalists. So here we have our LSU list. We're going to minimize that for now. There's a lot to do with this. It's kind of how you command and control a lot of your units on the battlefield. We're going to cover that when we get to it. So we have Barcelona, and we have some other nations down here, or not nations, cities, Valenciano. Those are kind of our two main ports where a lot of our operations are going to originate from. And then we have Mahoa as well. What we need to do is we need to seize these two islands. I've played this scenario before, and so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So let's start with what we're going to look at. We're going to go to Barcelona first, and basically what I'm going to show you is if you look down at the bottom, you're going to see Barcelona, heavy urban. You're going to see a lot of your infantry forces are currently locked. If you click adjacently, you can see a lot of your U.S. forces are currently locked. So what we need to do at this point is get our naval situation situated. So let's click on Mahoa. And right down here, we're going to create our first naval task force. Click on this anchor, and it's going to see right here, form new task force. I'm playing on my other computer. If you click on each one of these, and then you can cycle through them, you can see what kind of ships you have, what their armaments are. So if we go all the way to our submarines, we have 2 submarines. Those are going to be the first ones we're going to organize. So let's hit exit. Click this. Click start, form new task force. Boom. Then we're going to go sub patrol. We're going to actually click proceed to ship selection versus autofill. Click on that. We're going to select one of them. They're going to operate more as lone wolves. I don't know if that's the tactics for the time. I think they operated in like wolf packs, but we're going to just put each one individually. So there's one task force. We're going to do the exact same thing again. Hit exit. We're going to make a new sub task force, form new task force, sub patrol. Click our last sub. And we have 2 sub task force now. So we can view them by right down here. If you click these, they're right here above our infantry. I know it's hard to see my mouse. And basically what we could do is we could set a destination for them. So we can click on this first one, set destination, and we're going to create essentially a blockade right there because I don't want them reinforcing Ibzia. So I'm going to put them right out here on the outskirts. That's his destination. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set his routing is fine. We're going to set a boundary or set a patrol zone. And we're just going to click the ports. We're going to set boundary number 2 and then boundary number 3. So this is essentially this sub's patrol zone. And we're going to hit exit. So what we did right there is we made a sub task force. We routed him to his destination. And then we gave him a patrol zone. So right here in this area, we're going to do the same exact thing with our other sub. Basically, we don't want them operating in this area. So we're going to put him a bit more offshore. We could maybe we could put him over here and kind of shut things down as well. So we can kind of just close off these ports and prevent them from operating in this area. I haven't done that, so let's try that. We're going to click right here. We're going to set his route. Oh, wrong button. Set his boundary. Give him a nice little patrol zone right here on the port over here. And then I'm not sure if these need to be adjacent to each other, but that's what we're doing. So now we have 2 sub patrol zones, one at Ibza and one at Malora. You can put him up here outside and kind of shut things down, but there's a lot of naval guns. So that's just how you create one sub task force. Then what we need to do is we need to, if you click here, as you see before, a lot of our, what am I clicking on right here? I don't want our task force. Exit. It's like bringing up my stuff. Let's go like this. It's being obnoxious. I'm sorry. All right. Let's get to our naval stuff again. Here we go. All right. So then we can click on these. This is our TB-14. It looks like a strong naval ship. Has lots of guns. We're actually going to use this to set up our blockade further. TB-T14. And we could actually, oh, look at that one. TB-T17. So this is a strong military force. So we could create an escort with this. So let's go like this. New task force. Not bombardment. I don't think we have the ships for bombardment. We don't want to do air-sea warfare. We're not going to be searching for any submarines. So let's just do an escort right here. We can pick our own, or we can auto build it. So these were our big ones. I don't quite remember what all of these are. My apologies. But as you see, gun right here. Here's another one with a gun. PB-13. And basically, that's going to be our escort. We're going to hit done. I wish you could rename these. Set destination. Right off here. We're going to set him a bit further off the coast. We're going to give him a patrol zone as well. Boom. 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 Just like that. Now he has a small little patrol zone right here, acting as a barrier. We could put something up here. I don't know exactly what I want to put up there. We can't really do any amphibious operations at this time, so we're not going to go over that quite yet. We could create, it says it has guns, but I don't see any guns on this guy. I'm just cycling them. So basically, the only thing we have right here, we could do 77.1 AMG and kind of create a small little barrier and put him. So we could assign him to like an escort. We could build a tanker as well. I believe there's... So you don't have like a lot of firepower at the start. We could do a tanker to kind of resupply some of our ships, but I don't think that's something we need to do at the moment. And then if we go down here, we can build more amphibious stuff here in a moment. All right, so that is our naval stuff. Now let's move on to air operations. So we have one aircraft doing a combat air patrol. We have several doing naval searches. We can actually adjust these and like set them up for naval attacks. We can do ground attacks. Like all right here, we can give these guys different missions. It'll give them different armament. So the one I want to start with is, if we click this airplane again, is the one at Mahan. He's doing a naval search. I kind of want to give him some naval attack, and I want to set him with some naval search as well, like 50-50. And I want to reduce his altitude, cruise, and his release altitude. I want to bring those down to like 8,000. He can release at 38, which means that has to come down as well. He has a nice max range. Cap target's 24. And then we can actually assign him area to kind of patrol, which is we're going to do over here as well. So if he comes across anything, he will engage it. He's kind of search. He has different types of bombs, air-sea warfare. He has some guns. And so we kind of need to give him someone with some bombs. So he has air. So let's grab this guy. This guy's air-sea warfare. He's biplane. We're going to switch him to naval attack. And we're going to give him some air-sea warfare, about 50-50 as well. We're going to set his destination up here. To commander's destination. And boom. Same area. So if they all come across anything, they're going to engage it. And then we actually have 2 more aircraft that are just doing naval search, naval search. I'm going to set them all. We're trying to shut down this area down here. Target commander's choice. Going to go over here. And this guy's naval search as well. Target commander's choice over here. Exit. So that's all 4 of our aircraft. Those are flying from Barcelona. We want them to shut down this channel right here, right? The Mary-Lapel channel. There's no reason for us to do any amphibious stuff right now. I've said that multiple times, but I just want to reinforce it. We can build a task force. We can build tankers. But at this point, nothing to do. So let's run our turn. All right. Approaching port. So they've spotted some guy right there. That's really lucky. Dropping torpedoes. I didn't change his altitude, did I? So it tells us weather light cloud raid was detected, altitude 38,000 feet, Republican aircraft, that's us, and we spotted units en route. All right, another one. These guys are all naval search. They're all moving to Ibzia to reinforce it, like we've known they were going to do. We have units over there going into Malor in that port. We're attempting to attack it. Ooh, we dropped bombs. He's probably way too high. I forgot to adjust their height. I should have brought them in at like 500 feet. And I've played this before, so it's not like a surprise to me. All right, altitude 3,800 feet. All right, logistics. All right, our units are almost into position. We have basically we can move whatever. If we wanted to, we could move this Republican engineers. And if we come over here, we could actually set up a tanker. There's nothing over here to move, and then currently locked. Everything for a few turns is currently locked. It's basically all naval gameplay at this moment. Basically major ports with some units if you want to do a lot of ship battle. Oh my god, I've lost control of my mouse. And then Barcelona. Infantry is still locked up. So we're going to keep going with our plan. Did I create a task force here? No, they don't have any task force. So I want to create like an escort task force, but I need to figure out what units have guns, have cannons. So basically our Mar, AK Mar, and that is it. Oh, no. And the Gerlalda are only guns. PB Gerlalda. So we could actually design an escort with them. Where's our escort button? I do escort because bombardment, it doesn't quite work for us. There we go. And where is it? XA. There we go. I'm going to say done. We're going to give them a destination kind of outside the port. No. Thank you. And we're going to give them a boundary. Same thing, right? Just same exact thing. We're going to stay outside of the naval guns, that's for sure. And that's going to give these guys something to do. We're going to patrol this coast up here on the north, so we got eyes on them. We're going to keep reinforcing this area. Our sub is currently right there in port. We have one sub almost into position, and we have another sub acting as a task force. What we need to do right now is just continue to take these guys, put them on naval attack. Give them some naval search, like 30%. And then can I add more aircraft to this guy? I don't know. I've never done that. And bring his altitude down to 3,000. Oh my god, 100 feet, that'd be wild. Oh, I don't want to go that low. Okay. Why is it 5,000 or 1,000? That's hilarious. 2,000, 5,000. Set target. Go on this general area, and we're just trying our hardest. Like this island is can be hard to fight over. Naval attack, naval search, 30%. Altitude. There we go. I still think like 4,500 is really high. 38, 1,500. These guys might get shot down at these heights. They're actually like reinforcing this area as well. But I'm more concerned with Ibzia. Just naval blockade them. Blockade them. Infantry still aren't active yet. Can't form a infantry task force quite yet. Oh, wow. No combat. Interesting. We're going to maintain the same formation. Subbing. I wonder if they're going up here. So let's pull this guy out of this position. Set destination. Give him a boundary point. The boundary. We know they're over here, so we're just not seeing them. Let's see if infantry are still locked. We got a big build. All right, so our first set of infantry are open. So we could land here. This is all rough terrain. As you see, mountainous, rough. There's probably light urban cannon fire right there. We could launch not a bombardment, but we could do like some ground attacks, naval attacks, and allow our troops to get on station. It looks like this area is reinforced. Oops. And then we have Palisana. It's light urban, rough. Why am I zoomed in? So basically, we could go way over here on the plains and do this east side and then advance through it and cross all these plains, cross a lot of territory. And we could actually reinforce them with artillery when they come online. So let's create our first amphibious. So let's create an amphibious task force. Same thing as before. Our task force didn't create. No, they did. Form new task force. Amphibious. I'm going to auto build this one. Here we go. We're going to load our troops. All right, so you have total available, cargo available. I always combat load. Infantry. There's only like 32. And logistics used of 778. We're at 326 right now. And this regiment. I have to right click. Right click means they're going to take up all their space versus left click does something different. I've noticed, I don't know if this is a bug or what's going on. If I left click, it doesn't seem to work quite right. All right, we got to set our destination. Our destination is going to be right here on the plains. Then over here, we can say we can have our task force sit idle or they can bombard. I don't think there's any firepower within this task force. Right? So does it matter? No, but we'll set it there anyway. And we can actually set the kilo yards from offshore. Exit. We could route this unit over here. Bring them over here as well. But I'm not sure if we're going to do that. So essentially all we're doing is going up here to select this position. They have an infantry available, and we could actually do another task force, a small task force. But I think this guy's pretty big. The task force here isn't very big. Like the amphibious task force isn't very big. We're gonna auto build it. As you see, it's two small little ships. We can load our troops onto it, and basically we'll get away with this guy. Combat load, right click, execute load, set destination. I don't know if I'm going to have them bombard. I don't think it's going to matter. And right here, exit. So I haven't seen anyone at Ibzia in a while. I don't like this guy's patrol zone anymore. I'm going to pull him back to Ibzia, and I'm going to set up a new boundary for him. So basically, we're going to continue to try and interdict this area and prevent forces from landing here. I don't see, we've already adjusted him. He's patrolling out there. So our blockade is working, just no combat yet. We're not going to touch our air force, and we're going to go to the next turn. All right, we're unloading. So our troops are engaged. Unloading over beach 140 right there. Light clouds, wind 2. Here comes this guy. I wish there was more information displayed on this screen, like if they like their height, their altitude. So it looks like they're trying to reinforce Palma. Oh no! Republican aircraft, 1 cast, 2 dot, no aircraft losses. All right. We continue to harass them. What we should do is we're going to move our task force down there, and maybe we can interdict them a little bit. I wonder if we're moving units too much. All right, there's our Amphibious. And here's some naval combat. All right, our subs engaging. Sometimes a screen pops up that allows you to do things, and I don't understand it. And I think it's because it's our submarine stuff. So we could skip this if we wanted to, but this is the first time we're getting submarine combat, so let's watch it. He's like using his main cannon too. So I guess he ain't a torpedo kind of guy. I wonder if it's a setting I need to adjust. They're also set to some pretty normal threat detection. But we could manage our air combat a little bit better. He's like, dude, I hate them. Unfortunate, we continue to fire our 76-2 45 volts AMKSS. Interesting. I don't think it's going to show us any hits, but we'll watch it. Alright, our first bit of combat. They're just engaging everything. Dude just wants to sink something. I like the submarines, man. The submarines are sick. Skip that. Oh, we back at it again, baby. Oh my god, we gotta get this a new captain. But see, like we knew these guys were coming down here, so they're like pretty reinforced. Alright, so we got a troop landing right there. Interesting that this guy opted not to engage. I wonder what happens if we just like change his destination to right there and set his patrol boundary just like boop, boop, boop. Just relatively small. I want our subs to hold where they're at too. I wonder if that's something I could do. Strike. Oh, so they're like oh, I forgot I changed this. So we could actually port strike this guy, and we could actually load, replenish, disband. I forgot we could change all that. Escorts idle anytime. I don't think there's a hold. We'd have to just change the patrol zone, which I'm not going to do. So exit. And so we have troops landing. So we could actually change our air operation. We have troops up here. We have one troop down. Not very strong. Barcelona landed. Looks like they're still exfilling. So we could actually finally do some. Still nothing over here we could really use. We could actually do some LSU stuff. So we got to right click this, make it big. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all. I'm going to have this infantry lead. You don't have to do that. We could change his artillery to whatever. So you have different types of defend, artillery barrage, deliberate attack, shock attack, cautious attack. Cautious attack is the best if you kind of want to not lose a lot of casualties. We're going to switch to cautious attack. Our move's going to maintain combat, and we're going to move south and secure this. Technically, we should move across and try and get to Palma. That would be the best. I do kind of want to get off the beach as fast as possible and then kind of secure some areas there. But let's do a quick little attack there. Re-minimize this. Our artillery over here still isn't ready, but we could grab this aircraft and actually, I'm going to leave him the same. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with these aircraft at the moment. We have one infantry force down here. I'm going to right click this and restore it. I'm going to click on him. He's fine. I'm going to leave him with that. I want to keep reinforcing that position before we do really anything. It's not super good. Like this is rough. They landed in plain, so maybe we should move them to rough. Let's do that. Let's get them in rough. Just defend, lead, move. And I just want him to move over 1 hex. Bring this back over here. Minimize, like that. We're going to continue keeping our naval forces right there. Looks like they're securing that port. I'm not overly concerned with it. This guy's doing his best down here, running patrol. We can continue to reinforce this position and keep them from reinforcing Ibza. And then here we just have supplies, fuel, and a few other things. Nothing too crazy. I think these are mostly tankers. So if we really wanted to, we could show you how to make a tanker force. So let's do that. Let's go like this. Let's go form new task force. Transport, air, cargo, escort, barge. No tankers there. What about up here? I don't know like all the classifications of ships, so forgive me. Form new task force. We could do a tanker and kind of let's do this. I'm gonna let's just do what I can do. I don't want to get too crazy. Tanker, right? That's what this is. I'm gonna assume TK is a tanker. Watch me just lose a lot of like transport. Yeah, that's a lot of transport. Let's do this. Let's do the tankers after I create my second task force. So down here, we're going to create another amphibious task force first. Amphibious, auto build, exit, boom, form new task force, tanker, auto build. Yep, so those are our two tankers. Exit. So let's grab our task force tanker, set destination. So you kind of need to be in the same hex. Let's get them down here in the gunfight. Oh god. Form new task force, replenish. We can actually transfer, disband, replenish task force on port, replenish task force at sea. Set route. Set patrol zone. Boom. Boom. And what I want to do is meet a task force. Sweet. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you do it. I just know it works. Like we could actually click on these guys and we could say replenish at sea. And they'll meet up with a tanker, I think. But let's do that. And then let's see what infantry are available. We got 2 we could reinforce. So let's click on our amphibious. Load troops. Engineers. No, we don't have a lot available. We have total troops available to load. This guy right here, he's available to load. All right, that's fine. Last, we want to take a look at our air combat. We told this guy to move into position, I believe. He's not showing he is, but let's see. What's he doing? What are you doing? You're moving. You're moving right there. That was a little rough to see. Let's grab our aircraft at Mahan and have him help. So over here, he's currently doing naval attack. He's going to be reassigned to ground attack, and we're going to start dropping some bombs. We're going to provide some air support coming out at 38,000 feet. With our guns, it looks like he's primarily air-sea warfare bombas, so that's not super useful. He's not probably super useful for what we're going to use him for. I think maybe like this guy would be much better, but we'll lose a lot of ground attack. I want to, whoa, dude, bro, what are you coming in at that height for? 1,000. All right, looks good to me. He's dropping bombs from 15,000 feet, dude. Go. And there we go. So, subs re-engaging, I think. I'm not sure what happened right there. I like broke something somehow. Like I don't know if, what was it saying it, like what happened right there? What's going on? Escorts abandoned. I guess they're scouting him and they're not going to engage the escorts because they're abandoned. Okay. So interesting, they got through, dropped the troops off. This guy's not being super helpful. Oh, sub-combat. Oh, no. They launched 2 torpedoes at that pro. It's like going weirdly fast all of a sudden. Oh, we got a hit, boy! There we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was dope. We finally got a hit. We finally did some damage. He must be coming in at 15,000 feet. 3,500. Oh, he's smoking. Oh, he senses it. Fish in the water. Oh, dang. All right, they're going to that port. What are you doing? You are... Oh, you're hunting him down. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Following Task Force 7. I don't know what he's doing. He's sub-patrolling, though. All right, so we're done here. Let's get our sub up north. I think we're pretty good right here. So let's grab this guy. And what's he looking like? 84% fuel. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Go up here. He can patrol with this guy. Set boundary. Boom. Set boundary. Do boundary. I don't like that. Clear that. I want him to go to these ports. Set destination. Set boundary. I want him in there. I want to exit. I want him to, he'll LSU strike, but he'll also force strike. Yep, there we go. We're going to do some counter. That's probably a really dangerous spot for him. We can, our artillery is still locked. This is primarily, I think, a place for boats. Planes. He's heading back home. Can we load anything on you? Yes. 303, 128, 50. And let's go combat load, execute load, set destination. And we're going to keep going down here. And we're going to hit exit. See if we have any troops over here. We do. This is our load troops. 185, so basically this guy right here. Combat load, execute load, set destination, exit. All right, so we're still running. We're still getting our troops into position. The troops, they move slow. They move really, really slow. I'm not sure how you're supposed to do this in 30 days because we're already 8 August. Oh! What happened? Who sunk me? Is that my sub? No! That's my tanker! PB-13. Oh no! The AI has really, really good accuracy, I've noticed in this game. It's pretty merciless. I mean, that is my tanker. Dude, get away from my tankers. Oh no, they sink both my tankers. Bro, no. Not my tankers. On fire, on fire. No. They're still hitting them. Why are my tankers going? Did I set my tankers to patrol the naval base? No. Did I really? My tanker's just like accepting that order for some reason. They're just like, Yeah, yeah, we're gonna go patrol the naval base, dude. I think I set my tankers to patrol the naval base and not my submarine. All deflected blast. I kind of wish you knew. I think we're aircraft striking right here. Oh, we got him again. Oh my god. All right. Exit. What's up? It's not locked. Just be careful with the door. I'm about done. All right, go. Almost done. I know you're almost done. I'm almost done. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Well, the result of that was sending our tanker for some reason onto interesting little suicide mission. I don't know. We got to get our subs out of this patrol zone and into somewhere else, which is what we were trying to do earlier. But we designated our tankers to go, I guess, assault that Cape Padilla. My bad. I'm not going to adjust really what we're doing. I would like to get these infantry into to start acting the way they're supposed to be acting. So let's select all one more time. And honestly, all I want to do is show off a deliberate attack, lead, and we're going to move into this position. We've seen 0 infantry combat. And I want to change that. That's just the last thing I want to highlight. And hopefully I can do that. Guys, can you believe I did that? We're not going to mess with the aircraft. Let's just run this last turn, and let's see what the infantry do. All right, infantry landed. There we go. Here's our infantry combat. And it's our turn again. All right. That's honestly all I wanted to show. That's just a quick how to get started. Basically everything you need to know if you want to get at least start launching operations. The game is confusing. It plays a lot different than other war games. It's a lot more naval focused, and if you're feeling lucky, you can send your tankers into war and they will attack everything. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope this intro tutorial helps you out. That's all. Peace out, guys.